Okay, so I told you guys yesterday I had something special for y'all in mind, and this is what I was talking about. Now, if you haven't seen it, or maybe you heard someone talk about it, there is a new manga from the author of Soul Eater, and no, it is not Soul Eater, not the second edition. Thank God. It is a new, completely separate thing, and it's actually really interesting. It's called the Fire Brigade of Flames. I will try to pronounce the Japanese name. Hold up. NN no Shōbōtai. NN no Shōbōtai. This shit is pretty good. Now, hold up. Let me just see if I can get this page. I was just reading it. Oh my god, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Okay, so anyway. I'll try to find it. Okay, so this shit is pretty interesting. Like, the main character, the setting, the story art is all. I will go into like the first chapter. Consider this my chapter 1 review. And this chapter is like, yo, hold up, let me just. I'm trying to find the page where they had the main character's name so I can He's the only person who I actually like found truly interesting. Like, hold up, where is it? Ah, okay, it's fighting, more fighting. God damn it. Okay, let's see. Oh, Shinra Kasubake. Okay. Shinra Kasubake is the dude's name. He's the main character, and he looks not like Soul. He doesn't look like any character from Soul Eater that I can think of. The smile reminds me of Soul, but that's just because it's the same artist. But anyway, apparently the premise of this world, just like how in Soul Eater we had Kishins and Kishin eggs, instead of the threat being people turning into Kishin, the threat is people bursting into goddamn flames and becoming flame monsters. They call it the human combustion phenomenon. It's been happening for a while, and apparently every day at least one person is going to combust and turn into a flame monster. That's goddamn awesome. Yo, this dude is on the train. There's a little fizzle, and I'm like, the fuck? The edge of his mouth flames up. He bursts into flames. Flames start shooting, and at the end, he's like a walking flame monster. He doesn't even look that humanoid. It actually looks like he grew maybe to 7 feet, and he's really hyper thin, and he looks crazy as shit. He looks sort of like an Akuma, like a flame Akuma from. Can you try this? Okay. Like a flame Akuma from D. Greyman. It looks awesome. And then you see the main character, he wants to like fight it, but the Fire Brigade shows up. Now, the Fire Brigade is a special unit that is supposed to stop these flame, I think they call them flame persons. That's a really lame name, but flame persons from running amok, and they actually completely annihilate them. So there's a nun, and there are other members of the Fire Brigade. The nun is supposed to pray for their souls, and the Fire Brigade is supposed to stop them. Yo, these guys are really talented. But we go into that. Apparently, Shinra has been assigned to the 8th Division of the Fire Brigade. These guys are newly formed, but their warehouse looks like shit. I mean, their firehouse looks like shit. And then we go into the story of the character. Apparently, there was a moment in the past where his mother and the younger brother died, and I'm damn sure it wasn't his fault, but people are blaming him. He said that there was another shadow there that same night. So I feel like something caused the events to happen to him. As for the fire department crew, I don't really have any interest in at this moment. I mean, this is only the first chapter. The badass dude who's clear. Okay, the captain of the fire department. I know this fool is going to die. He's literally, as he says, has no ability I imagine he has skills, but I feel like he's going to die, and it's going to cause Shinra to go insane. 2, he goes into explaining the combustion phenomenon, how it happens, yada yada yada, how we have to stop it. We have no idea why exactly it happens, but when you see people going as a flame mode, we have to save them. And he mentions 2 things. 1, first generation fire. Oh my god, I can't remember. The first generation is what happens when you combust into flames, and that shit happens to you. You become a fire person. Second generation, these dudes are like Pyro from X-Men. They can control and manipulate flames without themselves combusting. That's fairly cool, you know. If the fire people, I wonder if you could like suck out the flames off of the fire person and create a fireball and then just throw it back at them and like do damage to them. That'd be awesome. And then there's third generation, which is Shinra. He can freely combust and use flames out of his own body. That's cool, but his ability, if his ability is solely just to ignite his feet and to jet a little bit, like, I don't know if he can fly. If he can, that's cool, but it's not really offensive. I mean, I guess he could use, like, the flames to make himself kick harder, but still, that's kind of dangerous to actually let yourself touch these monsters. But anyway, for that part of the series, it's, for the first chapter, I have hope. Like, I know I didn't really like the ending to the Soul Eater manga, but I like the manga as a whole. Soul Eater is one of my top 10 mangas, and I've loved it for years. So I have pretty high hopes for this series. Check it out. Go on to whatever manga site you use. Like, rate, subscribe. I do not know if I will be reviewing this on the regular, but I might. Let's just put it like that. I might. If it gets really good, I might. I mean, UQ Holder isn't that popular, and I review it confidently because I know it will become popular. Anyway, like, rate, subscribe. I will see y'all for the next, if I decide to review it. Fuck it. I don't know what I'm doing.